Welcome to Nexus Tech's Cyber Briefing. This is your essential intelligence download on this week's most critical developments in the digital battle space.
Okay, let's just dive right in. We're going to start with a single number, 175. Now, why that number? Well, that's how many vulnerabilities Microsoft had to patch on a single day this October. It is their largest patch Tuesday ever. And that, right there, signals a massive escalation in the digital war that we're all a part of. So where do we even begin with all that? We focus on the fires that are already burning. This week was really defined by zero-day emergencies. We're talking about vulnerabilities that aren't just some theory on a whiteboard. They are being actively exploited out in the wild right now.
Now, what's really crazy when you look at this is just the sheer severity we're dealing with. Take the bug in the Cisco Firewall Management Center, or FMC. It scores a perfect 10.0 on the Common Vulnerability Scoring System. I mean, perfect. That means an attacker can get full remote code execution, giving them complete control of a firewall without needing any credentials at all. But the one that's a genuine ticking time bomb, that's CVE 2025-24990. It's a privilege escalation bug in a modem driver that's present on, get this, every single version of Windows ever released. So yeah, the takeaway here is that attackers can use this to get system-level access on a truly historic scale.
And to add even more pressure to this situation, this record-breaking patch day, October 14th, also just so happened to be the official end-of-life date for Windows 10. So for any organization out there that's still running legacy systems, this isn't just another patch cycle. It is a critical and rapidly closing window to secure their infrastructure before that support just completely vanishes.
And the problem just keeps building, because it's not just about the volume of these vulnerabilities, it's about the duration of the attacks. This timeline here details the Oracle e-Business Suite Zero Day. We're talking about actors linked to the notorious CLOP ransomware group who were inside enterprise systems, exploiting this bug silently for 7 full weeks, from August 21st all the way until they were discovered in October. They were just exfiltrating finance data, HR files, and supply chain info long before anyone even knew the door was open.
And all of this brings us to a larger, more strategic shift. You see, these attacks aren't just about stealing data from corporate servers anymore. We're witnessing a major pivot in what attackers are focusing on. The new battlefield is our critical infrastructure.
And we have the data to prove it. This chart from the new ENISA Threat Landscape Report is, well, it's staggering. 18.2% of all cyber incidents they analyzed are now targeting operational technology. You know, the systems that run our manufacturing plants, our power grids, our transport networks. This is a deliberate, systemic move away from just data theft and towards disrupting the physical world.
So who's behind all this? Well, if you look at the manufacturing sector, which is the hardest hit industry right now, ransomware is the weapon of choice. And as this slide shows, the threat landscape is dominated by just a few key players. The Agere ransomware group is responsible for nearly half of all attacks, with Keelan and Fogg trailing behind. This isn't random, it's a focused campaign.
But you know, for every new threat, a new defense starts to emerge. And this week, we saw a massive leap forward on that defense. So let's talk about the counter-offensive, the dawn of hardware-level post-quantum cryptography.
This right here is the SEALSQ Quantum Shield QS7001. It's the world's first secure chip to integrate the new NIST-standardized post-quantum cryptography algorithms directly into the hardware. So what does that actually mean in practice? It means up to a 10 times performance boost over just using software, advanced protection against physical side channel attacks, and it's already certified FIPS 143. This isn't a theory. This is deployable technology with developer kits becoming available starting next month.
So why is this hardware so critical right now? It's designed to neutralize a very specific and pretty scary long-term threat called Harvest Now, Decrypt Later. Here's the deal. State-level actors are stealing massive amounts of encrypted data today. They know they can't break it with current computers, but they're stockpiling it, waiting for the day a powerful quantum computer can crack our current encryption in an instant. This hardware shield makes that stolen data quantum-proof, rendering it completely useless, even for a future adversary.
Now, this single chip is a huge milestone, but it's really just one part of a much larger global race. We are right in the middle of a massive effort to standardize the next generation of cryptography and build a truly quantum-proof future.
And this slide shows you just how far we've come. This is the official status from the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST.
And as you can see, 3 of the 4 primary standards for things like key encapsulation and digital signatures are already finalized. Done. The 4th, FIPS 206 for compact signatures, is now officially in its draft stage. The point is, the foundational work for this whole quantum transition is nearly complete.
Keeping up with this evolving threatscape is absolutely critical. So, to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you subscribe to Nexus Tech for your weekly intelligence briefing.
Okay, so we've covered a massive amount of ground, from active 0 days all the way to the dawn of quantum computing defense. So let's synthesize all this intelligence into a clear, actionable defensive plan.
Here's what you need to be focusing on. First, the immediate priority. Patch those 175 Microsoft vulnerabilities and the critical Oracle 0 day. That is non-negotiable. Short-term, you need to begin a cryptographic asset inventory to understand exactly what needs upgrading. You can't protect what you don't know you have. Midterm, start evaluating PQC solutions, like those QS7001 dev kits. And your long-term strategic goal must be to build a crypto-agile architecture, one that's ready to adapt to the quantum future.
Which leaves us with a final and pretty critical question. As our offensive and defensive technologies accelerate at the same time, are we actually building a more secure future, or are we just engineering more sophisticated, more dangerous battlegrounds? Something to think about. We'll see you next week.